Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. You are watching my Christmas card series for 2022. In today's video, I will be using this stamp set by Tim Holtz, which was new this year. It is called Holiday Sketch, and I really love all of the different images. You get 6 images, and also these sentiments, and these sentiments would be great to pair with any card and a lot of other Tim Holtz sets. So I'm going to actually be making 6 cards that are quite simple in today's video. And first I'm going to go ahead and ink this stamp set up, or the different stamps up, with some clear embossing ink from Simon Says Stamp. I'm going to use the coordinating stamp and the coordinating sentiment that is right below. You could totally switch up these sentiments, but I just made it simple and kept it simple by going with what was there. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put white embossing powder on it, and I'm using the Simon Says Stamp white embossing powder. I'm going to heat set this, I'm going to set it off to the side, and I'm going to do this for all 6 cards. So this is going to be a set of cards really quick. You're going to see the process. This took me about 30 minutes to do all 6 cards and all of the details, and you're going to see the details unfold as we keep going along. This was just a fun way to pull up my stamp set and create a bunch of cards using the same stamp set. And I also am using the anti-static powder tool just so that the embossing powder doesn't go where I don't want it. And there was a few times where I needed to take a brush or a little pokey tool to make sure that the embossing wasn't in like the letters in the wrong spots or whatever, but the anti-static powder tool really helps with that too, and takes away that. So I kept going, I kept doing this process and putting the stamps off to the side, heat setting it, and I feel like I could have stamped it all, then did the heat, and then did the embossing, but this was just the flow that I got into as I mass produced these cards. You could definitely make more of these really quick. You just maybe stamp a few in the one design, do 4 in one design, switch to the next design, do 4 more, and you would have like a ton of cards to give away if you send out a ton of Christmas cards. And you could even add more detail in. I chose to keep this really simple, as you're going to see once the stamping and embossing is all done. But you could add more colors or add some detail into the pictures before you did the ink blending, which I will be doing soon. But it was really great. I think it took me about 30 minutes to do all the stamping and embossing and inking, and I had 6 cards in the end. So why not? The idea behind this card set, and you're going to see it here as we keep going, is I just love that silhouette with the red. I have some Starbucks cups from, I think, back in the 2000s, when it was just like the red cup with the white silhouette with the vintage kind of vibe. And when I saw this stamp set, that reminded me of that old school vintage silhouette with the red and the white pop. So you're going to see what I mean by the red and the white pop as we keep going along. You probably already saw where I was going with these cards from the thumbnail, but yeah, stay with me, see the process, see how you can get 6 cards super fast. So there is all 6 cards embossed, stamped, and now we are going to get to the inking process and add some color. So I chose to do red and green. Like I said, I wanted to create that vintage red and white vibe from the old school Starbucks cups, but you could definitely do different colors. I feel like a variant of different reds or purples or even pinks or blues would be very beautiful for Christmas. And even just with greens, changing up the green variants would just look so stunning. So all I did was take the Distress Oxide ink and my Rabbit Hole Designs blending brush, inked it up over that, wiped the white embossing so that nothing sat on top of it. The ink will sit on top of it and kind of take away that design. But by wiping it away, you get that white embossed area back, and it stands out against the blended area. And then I felt like these cards still needed a little bit more, so I took out my distress sprayer and I just added some splatter and watched the oxides react with the ink. And I just kept doing this. I did 3 cards in red, and I'll do 3 cards in green. I definitely want to explore the possibilities of doing different colors with this, or maybe adding a little bit of detail into the pictures as well. But I just love the white embossing in the background, and then adding that splatter and the water effect in the background just really adds to it as well. I hummed and hawed over, do I want to add some pops of color? Do I want to add some sequins? What else could I add to this card? But in the end, I chose to just leave them with the embossing, the blended background, and that water splatter. And I think it turned out really fun. I think it turned out really simple, and it's a fun card that you can pop in the mail. You've got a bunch of them now. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you would have added to this card. Do you think you would add sequins or like some kind of embellishment to finish it off? I think like some clear sequins would look really pretty. I do not have any clear sequins in my stash, but I think that would look really pretty because I didn't want to take away from the color. I didn't want to add any more color in. I wanted the red, the green, and the white to be the focal point. So just getting these 6 cards done, and yeah, I'm gonna have a whole set. It's gonna be great. This idea turned out good, but I feel like in my head it was more elaborate. But I just love that you can take a stamp set and it doesn't have to be super fancy. Like this was super simple, but it still looks really cool in the end. Sometimes I feel like, at least for me, I don't know about you, I like to overthink a stamp set or a die set. Like it has to be this amazing thing and it have to do all the coloring and all the things, but no, like this is really, really cool. Here is all of the finished cards. Very, very simple, but a very fun design. And you could even switch up the embossing powders and do sparkly or a different color. So 6 cards in a short time with some fun designs. And that is going to finish up today's video. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be sharing more Christmas cards and more Christmas projects leading up to Christmas, so turn on your notification bell to know when I upload next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.